Marcus Hayes, Fight Hub TV, powered by Stagefront VIP, with a special guest, none other than the KO King himself, Rayo Valenzuela, coming fresh off a big-time KO in the revenge match versus Chris Colbert. Rayo, what's going on, man? How you doing?
What's up, man? Just back home, chilling after 8 weeks of being gone, spending time with my girlfriend, my family, and just, enjoying the win and relaxing.
And what a win it was, man. The bout started off. Talk to us about your emotions going on into the fight, man. Leading up, you were kind of subdued. You seemed like you just wanted to get in the ring and get in there and fight. Take us back to fight night.
I was extremely focused. I was extremely focused. I had watched tape of him, you know, the all week, so I was ready. I was in great condition. In the locker room, I felt good. I felt really relaxed, but like just ready to be in there. When I walked up in the ring, um, first started the first round, I kind of gave him little stutter steps, stabbing him in the body. And then when he got to the corner, I hit him with a combination, hit him with the left hand upstairs. I wobbled him right away. So I just let off combinations to the head, to the body, and continue to punish him and until he finally kind of like dipped and the ref started the count.
And one thing that I saw Rayo that I wanted to touch on with you, man, while watching the fight, I'm saying, man, he's firing off all these combos. He's landing shots, but he does not look like his gas tank was going on, man. I think that for me, that looks like the biggest difference for me with you. Not that you look like you got tired before, but this time you look like you had gas to burn. What was
Yeah.
different in your tank?
Yeah, right. Like I was like I just carried my power through the fight. Um, just the I had a great training camp. Like I said, I made adjustments in my camp. Um, I got a new coach and I took him to Riverside with Robert Garcia. Robert, I want to say thank you to Robert Garcia and RGBA for opening their doors to me. And I set up shop over there and did a great, tremendous training camp. I want to thank Charles, the great strength and conditioning coach. And then every weekend, I was driving up to Big Bear, high elevation, and getting my runs in. I was extremely focused for this fight, and I prepared 100%. And not just that, I enjoyed every bit of it. Like every day just felt like a great therapeutical day for me. Like it was great.
And you manage your emotions really well, considering the fact of how hot you and Chris Colbert have been in the media and even in the build up to the last bout. Um, Talk to us about you hit him, you hurt him early in the first round. You're unloading on him. He doesn't go anywhere. Then the fight kind of looks like it took the arc of the last fight where Chris Colbert inserting his jab, but still you were all over him for all intents and purposes.
Mhm.
What was it a mental thing? What was it there
I
that
I
had you?
wanted like I knew I was like hurting him kind of when I would like let off, but like I just wanted to like you know like I don't know what the word is, but like just be in there like break the fight down, like focus, like just I don't know, like box, like experience it. I wanted to pick him apart. I wanted to like really put it together right instead of just So that's what I was doing. I was stabbing him in the body. I was working angles on him. Something that I haven't showed before, and that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to learn from it as well, and just take it to another level.
Back with your new coach, you went back to the drawing board. Who's the new coach? Who's this new coach?
Mario Rodriguez, he's from up here from the Seattle area. He's who I started with when I was 10. Um, Up until I left with Benavides 17. The first issue with him is well, when I left to Benavides was it was a great opportunity. Unfortunately, Mario, he speaks his English isn't the best, and his connections, he has no connections, so that was always a problem. It would always been like me just stuck up here in the Northwest, kind of hidden. So I had to make that decision. But then I felt like it was a good time for me to come back with him. Me and Senior weren't on the same page in the gym, so I think just to save our relationship, I thought the best thing for me to do was to just come back to Mario, and Senior still continues to be my manager, and he was in the corner with me, and it worked out great.
Your last fight with Colbert that tripped me out was you actually knocked him out. I don't know if you, well, obviously you remember, but with a sweeping kind of a right hand over the top. When he went down, did you think he was gone?
I didn't. I knew he fell. Like I thought he'd probably like just get back up. You see in the video, like I take a quick glance back and I realized that oh he's asleep. So I quickly like let me take a quick flick next to the body, and that's what I did.
And that was the one when you were bending down. Is that right? That was
Yeah,
crazy, bro.
I
That
was
was
like
a
I gotta get a picture next to his body. He's still down. He was down for a minute.
that's one of the most iconic photos. I don't know if the fans could see it here at home, but you can see Rayo with the pose on Chris Colbert is coming through. It's kind of hot, but that's a heck of a picture, Rayo. You gonna hang that up in the house or what, bro?
Definitely, my girl was just talking about printing it out, and she's gonna have it out here soon. So
I could see some T-shirts in the future with that Rayo with that pose, man. Definitely a big time knockout. Does that seem like the formula that you're going to have now going forward? Yourself, Mario, and Mr. Benavidez, kind of a three-headed monster.
yeah, I mean it worked out. So why not? I think we were all happy.
Definitely, the results kind of proved it on their own. I want to go back with you. I remember a time. I think it was the year last year. We were all in LA. It was Ortiz versus Ruiz. You were on the undercard. Pitbull was on the undercard. You guys were sitting on opposite sides of the table, but you made some remarks to Pitbull Cruz. You remember that? You were like, "Man, I'm looking to hope to fight Pitbull Cruz," and
Yeah,
Pitbull kind of shunned it down.
he said
After
he said his response was you know I mean he said his response. It was in Spanish, and I didn't really catch it. I went back and I looked at it again. I realized his response then was, and that was before I lost to. That was right before I lost to Edwin. His response was, "I didn't have the resume to fight him," which was interesting because I had knocked out the guy 11 rounds with, or 12 rounds with, like two position with, and everything he has on his resume was a loss to take. So that was kind of like crazy for me to think later when I thought about it, but yeah, I remember that.
So, and I wanted to ask you because I remember the interpreter saying that Felix De Jesus, he said, well, you need merits to fight me. I think that's what he broke it down to, was something about you need merits. What I'm getting to is, did you feel like now that you have the merit to fight Pitbull Cruz, since he was turned back by Gervonta Tank Davis, and he just won a split decision in his last bout? How do you feel about Ryo's chances against Pitbull Cruz?
I think that's a great fight. I think Gio he uh he fought a good fight with Gio, but I think he gave him problems. His lefty and his lefty style and his height. And I carry that in my advantages as well. Except I think a little better on my punch selection than Gio, and I keep my hands up a little better. So I think that would be a great fight. But I'm gonna try to get this fight with Tank because I think I deserve the title shot now, winning the mandatory, and I want to do it with the best. You know, Pitbull. Um, we knew I wanted to fight him, and he didn't want to fight me. So now I'm looking to fight Tank.
Okay. Chances are, it looks like we may get Tank back maybe March timeframe. Maybe he's the first guy to break the seal with Amazon Prime and PBC. What we hope is a great, fruitful connection. If you can't get Tank Davis, have you taken any thought into taking on any other guys? If he's not there, how
Um,
about
I'll, if he's not there, then whoever they want to bring to me for the title shot, then that's what I'll take.
three vacant belts at 135? if you had your choice, what about if they presented somebody like Vasyl Lomachenko, who's looking to continue his career and pick up maybe one of those deposed belts?
That would be great. I would love a fight with Vasily Lomachenko. He's a hell of a fighter. Um, I grew up like it's crazy to think like I watched him a lot, you know, because he's a lefty, you know, and that would be a super dope fight. I don't know how possible that is, just because you know we're on the other side of the street, but I would love that.
Rayo, a lot of this game is about speculation and conversation, uh, as is everything with big time sports. Boxing definitely being a big time sport these days, and your name being a big time name in boxing. Link with Tank Davis, like you talked about before. For those fans at home that say, he got no chance for with Tank Davis, what would you say to those individuals that don't think that you have the
Well,
chance?
I think people say that because they see the fight with me and Edwin, you know, and Edwin caught me, but you know, I wasn't in the right, you know, I wasn't as focused. Like I said, he taught me a hell of a lesson. You know, I wasn't focused. So much went on, and but you know, if I fought Tank, I would find him very smart. I would have my feet under me, and one thing you can never count out is power. You know, I also got long reach. You know, so I'm a dangerous fighter, and it wouldn't be easy fight for him. I'll tell you that.
Tank,
And I wouldn't be surprised if I knocked him out.
mm, you feel like you got the bomb and the package to be able to deliver that bomb to Tank Davis.
Definitely. Look, Edwin, he made me look bad, I think, when he knocked me out, but he took it with a price. You know, the next fight, Chris fought L. I was robbed, but he took it with the price. And then today, and this last fight, you guys saw the kind of power it carries. So, you know, extremely well, a good camp for Tank. You know, I can see myself beating him.
What about young fighters coming up? Frank Martin was linked with.
Frank Martin, another hell of a fighter. I respect Frank Martin as a fighter. I would love to get in the ring with him too.
Talked about it before. Last event for Showtime Boxing in the history of Showtime Boxing, man. When you're at home now, you're thinking about it. What do you think that this knockout meant to the annals of history for Showtime?
You know, I feel like the doors were closing for Showtime, but I think I just shut the doors. You know, like that's how you shut the doors and leave with a bang. So I'm very blessed. You know, it was the last KO ever. You know, I put him out cold. I think the Darrell was TKO, so mine was the last KO, you know, ever in history. So that's kind of dope.
You seem like you were looking for celebrations. I saw you almost break out the Caleb plant. Then you said forget about it. Then you went down into the pose. What was going through your mind at that moment?
You know, just a lot of emotions. You know, I didn't. I just, you know, there was a lot of emotion. You know, I didn't want to, you know, be too disrespectful or nothing. But I was like, you know, I wanted, like, I was like, I gotta get it in. You know, I gotta get it in. You just talk so much.
After the fight, when Chris woke up, I saw the camera go by and you guys spoke. And Chris Colbert said, "Yeah, now we got to run it back because it's 1-1." What did you think when he said that to you, man? Brooklyn is in the house, bro.
He's still, I think he was still out of it a little bit. But yeah, he did let me know after actually that he wants to rematch. But I don't think the fans want to see that, you know. So that's maybe down the line if he was to make his way back up, sure. But right now, as of right now, that's not in the plans.
You got Edwin De Los Santos. I know that you had a fight with Edwin De Los Santos. Seemed like he kind of maybe caught you off guard a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
How much did you stay awake thinking about that rematch?
That's definitely one I'm gonna get back. You know, I think now it's just a matter of time. Um, first thing is first, though. I want this title shot, and then I'll worry about Edwin.
How different of an animal are you since the Edwin fight, and how much did the loss change you?
Yeah. I mean, I've just grew a lot, matured a lot in my boxing. Few things with Edwin. When I fought him, he was like under the radar. You know, there I it was he was a three fight. Like it was last minute. They switched the opponent last minute, 3 days before, and I had absolutely no film with him.
Mm.
So you know, he caught me off guard, and I take my hat off for that. And he, you know, he taught me a lesson. So, you know, the rematch when the rematch happens, I will be ready. You know, my feet will be ready. I'm gonna be, you know, shuffling back, and I'm gonna out the way, and I'm gonna be coming back with my power shots. He did stop me, but you know, he took it with a price. I also dropped him, and you know, the fight could also gone my way. So, you know, I tip my hat off to him. He's a hell of a fighter.
You know, Rayo, I know a lot of legends in the game, and one of my favorite fighters growing up was Julian the Hawk Jackson, Hall of Famer in his own right. I got a chance to spend some time in the summer with Julian Jackson.
He's
Julian
a hell
Jackson
of a fighter.
told me that his loss to Mike McCallum when he went up for his first world title and was just decimated and obliterated in the early KO stoppage. He told me that that made his whole career, man. Do you feel like uh, you kind of developed or you found something inside yourself from defeat?
100%. I think you see me after the Derwin De Los Santos fight, came back Chris Colbert the first fight, and you can see improvement. And then with this fight, I think we saw even more improvement. And I'm not done here. Like I I just watched the fight again, and I saw even more where I can improve more. So when I come back, and I'm gonna be ready to pick up where I left off and continue to get better.
You know, we just had Edwin De Los Santos have a highly contested matchup with Shakur Stevenson. I know that you watched that fight. What do you think about if you can't get De Los Santos? If you were to match up with Stevenson, do you think you got a good chance against Stevenson, or you think
I
that's
think
something
so.
further down the line?
No, I think I have a great chance with Stevenson. Edwin fought great. I think he just didn't cut the corner. Like he didn't cut the ring. He would shoot straight, and then after he would Shakur with lateral movement, he wouldn't continue to follow him. He would like give up on it, let it reset, shoot straight again, give up on it, reset. You know, I cut the corners. I catch you, and I'm also 5'10". You know, I'm not short like Edwin, so I got, you know, good advantages too that I think I can, you know, definitely take advantage of.
I was looking at the rankings at 135 from ESPN this morning. Your name's not there, but what do you feel like you belong?
I would say top 10. You know, I think top 10. Um, that I don't think, you know, I don't pay too much attention to that, but you know, I think soon they'll start to realize that.
It's good to see you back on the winning side of things. You're definitely one of the guys that's good for the fight game. We hope you get a chance to enjoy your victory. When are you looking to come back into the gym and back, hopefully back into the ring next year?
I'll probably be back in the I'm enjoy the holidays, New Year's. Probably come back like in the gym like at the end of January, mid January.
Message of encouragement for the world.
You know, just stay positive. Stay positive. Everything happens for a reason, you know. Everything always gets better, you know, just have good faith and believe in God, you know. God has a plan. You know, it gets dark sometimes, but just, you know, okay, it's okay. Everything's gonna be okay. Keep going forward and stay consistent.
Well,
Happy
there you have
holidays to all my fans. You know, I want to thank you guys from the bottom of my heart for standing behind me. We did it, and we're gonna keep moving forward. I'm gonna stay focused to give you guys great fights like these.
excellent. Well, there you have it, folks. The one and only Mr. Rayo Valenzuela, fresh off the heels of a scintillating knockout over Chris Colbert, silencing all the critics. This is Marcus Hayes with Fight Hub TV, powered by Stagefront VIP. We thank you for your time.